Okay, gather yourself already.
It's going to take me a few minutes to get
No. We're got to get going here. Welcome to Lunchbox Sociables, where we talk all things music, or mostly music. Today I'm joined by Leslie, my associate producer, and we have been doing these desert island favorite song brackets, where we pick our favorite song to take to a desert island on our solar-powered phonograph. Leslie.
Stop.
No, we're gonna keep going here. I barely remember the 60s, and we both barely remember the 60s. And the 70s, I only had, we had such a little dinky radio on the farm, so I don't remember too much from the 60s. I had some access, but most of the music I knew from the 70s was like songs and 8 tracks and whatever that my sister would have. So it was like secondhand music in the 70s. But for the 80s, I'm off the farm and I'm in the big city of Brampton, and a lot more access to music, and we saw how our taste really diverged in the 80s. So today is the 1990s Desert Island favorite song bracket.
Correct.
Okay. It was hard to select 16 songs. In the way that we did it before, when we were doing the Go Fish, and we had such a huge list. So we've already agreed upon 14 songs that we both like from the 90s, and then we're both going to surprise each other with 2 songs each to get our 16 songs to work with. But we've already gone through not having any Dylan or Springsteen or Eagles, or we had no Pink Floyd, we had no Led Zeppelin, and
no Corey Hart.
And no Corey Hart. So, okay. Before we get started, I'd just like to give a little background on the 90s for myself. I lived in the Greek town in Toronto for the early part of the 90s, and then I moved to Birchcliff for the later part of the 90s, and then started my own band. So in the early 90s, there was the Resistance. We played around Toronto, and we recorded one cassette. And
Not quite as popular as the Bare Naked Ladies yellow cassette.
Oh, is that? No, this was the red cassette.
The red cassette. Okay.
It's still. You know what? I'm going to do a podcast one day. We're going to have to digitize these songs because I don't have the master. And just to hear them all. And then later on in the 90s, there was the band I still have now, Lunchbox Social, which we all, again, played around Toronto and recorded a CD, and I'm still wearing that plaid shirt. Okay, I don't know if that was a good thing to say or not, but
it's an unsurprising thing to say, because everything you've worn so far has actually come from that decade, or at least was inspired by that decade. So whereas I had to I think I have a plaid shirt somewhere, not from the 90s, and the Sheryl Crow t-shirt. That's who I listened to a lot of in the 90s. That's that kind of music I was listening to. Although this t-shirt was not purchased in the 90s. It was purchased in probably 5 years ago.
On the infamous where you missed, you ordered the tickets.
I missed it. I ordered 2 sets of tickets for a concert and got the date wrong and missed seeing her. So I ended up seeing Sheryl Crow eventually open for Robert Plant at Molson Amphitheater. And that's where I bought this t-shirt.
Okay. All right, so we are going to just jump right in with our. Oh, you know what? Before I have some few little comments, because of the feedback that we've been getting from the podcast. Everyone quite liked the winner of the 80s Desert Island. We had some disgruntled folks with the 60s and the 70s, but everyone seemed to like the winner of the 80s. So if you want to know who that is, you got to watch the podcast. There was even a comment that I was nice to you in the 80s podcast, so I'm going to have to deal with that. So I'll have to
keep being nice to me.
This is not a safe zone.
Not a safe space?
This is not a safe space.
Not a safe. You can't even get the lingo right.
It's not a safe space for you.
No.
Mike was not happy about that. Not only was there no Rush in the 70s, there was no Rush in the 80s. That was her fault.
Yep.
And even a comment by your brother that we're still trying to figure out.
A trivia question about an 80s song. So if anybody watched the 80s, read the comments and see if you know the answer to the trivia question, because neither of us does.
Okay. All right. So let's just jump in. We have 14, we have 12. We have 12
songs
of the 16 songs we're going to bracket. Sorry. You're right. I didn't.
He didn't give me any chance to talk about what I was doing in the 90s, where I was living in the 90s, what I was,
You're the associate producer.
I was not in a band in the 90s. And I generally was not dressed like this in the 90s. I worked in a bank, so I was, professional and all of that. So, yes.
Yeah, you know what? Grunge was so popular in the 90s, and I never got onto it. Like I never connected well with it. So it didn't really. I was employed.
I liked some grunge stuff, just the popular stuff, but not. I wasn't like heavy into that or anything.
Okay. All right. So where do we leave off? What are we doing here?
You're going to start with your first song.
Oh yeah. So we're going to start with the first 14 or the first 12.
First 12.
So first song I have is "Ain't Over Till It's Over." It Ain't Over Till It's Over.
By Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, which I had always thought it was a remake of a 60s song. It just didn't seem like it was.
Yeah. It has that vibe, though.
Yeah, and that's kind of his shtick. So that's song number 1.
Okay.
All right.
Song number 1 for me is Champagne Supernova by Oasis. And this particular album, actually, so in the mid-90s was when I first started getting into running. And I was just learning how to run. I was running on the treadmill. I was working up in Markham at the time. We had a gym at the office. And so I was running, and my goal was always to be able to run to the end of Champagne Supernova, which was about 17 minutes into the album. So that was always like my goal song. I was trying to get to that. So
Very
that's
good.
my choice,
Okay,
Champagne Supernova.
I quite like that song. That's good. And actually, I like that there is a... I'll wait for when we bracket. I have something that I want to say about Champagne Supernova. So my second song, that we've agreed upon, is U2's "One," and it's a bit of a haunting song, and it actually provokes a kind of a very sad memory for me. But it's one of those hurts so good type of thing. Like it's very sad for me, but I love the song so much.
Yeah. And to be clear, these songs that we're saying are songs that the both of us have agreed on.
Yes.
It's not just Leo's songs, my songs. Yeah. These are songs that we've both agreed on. We just, instead of having the on-camera banter, we had it off-camera. Next up, I have Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots, which is just, it was their biggest hit and just a fantastic song.
Great song. Did we do any CanCon yet? No,
not
CanCon yet. Okay, so the next song is, and it's CanCon, it's Tragically Hip's Ahead by a Century. And it's one of those songs where when I hear it, it puts me at a place. And when I hear it, I'm on a boat cruise with my DEC, Digital Equipment Corporation co-workers in Ottawa. And every time I hear it, I'm right back there, and I love the song. I love when the snare drum, when they record it, they bring the snare drum up, slowly into the second verse, which you rarely don't hear. And so that's and we're got our first CanCon.
Yep. The next song we agreed on is AC/DC's Thunderstruck. The only thing I'll say about this song is that as much as I like it, it's a song that seems to build into nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's winding up and winding up and winding up, and then it just kind of stays flat. It
starts full throttle.
Yeah, it's missing. Yeah, and I'm waiting for that next big thing, and it doesn't come. It's just a weird.
Yep,
that's my
true.
only criticism of this song.
Yep. All right, another CanCon. Blue Rodeo. Lost Together. Have a couple of memories of Lost Together. It's a beautiful song, and there is another one of those. I remember being at a beach party, and there were these huge waves. It was a warm summer night, and these huge waves crashing onto the beach. And Lost Together was on the music box. What do I call that? The music box.
The boom box.
Boom box, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other memory is seeing Blue Rodeo at Ontario Place, and when they play, I think it was the last song of the night, and it just before the moon had, like, the full moon came out to the side, and then there was this heat lightning. It's like pyrotechnics going on with the heat lightning, and to Lost Together, and it's here we go.
So I would say also Blue Rodeo and Tragically Hip were definitely, like, that's the sound of the 90s.
For Canada.
Even though
for sure.
both of them had songs that came out in the 80s as well, they were just, I think that's when they really kind of blew up in the 90s, and those two songs are definitely up there. Next up, we have Right Now by Van Hagar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This, I think, the reason this song resonates with me is, it's a fantastic song, but I think it was really more the video than the actual, the song itself is good, but the video.
Oh, yeah? I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, the video is very good for this song as well. So, because it's just got lots of different images and stuff of things that are going on in the world and
Maybe
stuff.
I have seen it.
So,
Maybe I have seen it.
it's a very powerful song, but when you put the song with the video, it, even though on the desert island we won't have video, but
as the associate producer, Leslie will give me all the links, and maybe you can get the link for the YouTube video and put that also in the show notes.
that's already part of the.
Oh, do you do that already?
Well, when I give you the YouTube music link, it takes you to the video for the song.
Well, I'm not going to the links. I just copy and paste them into the YouTube.
Into the Google machine.
All right. Oh, guess what? I get another Canadian content here.
Okay.
So, Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know. I got turned on to this song by a friend of mine, Kim Roberts. And she said, "Oh, you got to hear the song. And I go, "Oh, it grew on me pretty quickly." I'm not an Alanis fan, but this song is a really, really brilliant song, and it was on my running playlist for many years until I I got wore out of it. But it's a fabulous song. So much energy, so genuine, so raw. It's a great song.
I listened to a lot of Alanis in the 90s and the early 2000s. Not the song of hers I would pick, but I'm happy that we at least have a woman in the mix.
Because there's not going to be.
Dear
Lord!
For those of you who know,
God.
this is not going to pass the Bechdel test. But anyway,
I hope when you put forward your two songs, one of them isn't In the Arms of
oh God, no. I listened to a lot of Sarah McLachlan back in the 90s as well, but no, I did not pick anything from Sarah McLachlan.
All right, last song for me.
Wait, it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Next, we have 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins, which is just a good song.
Yeah.
And I have nothing more to say than that.
Okay.
Now you can go.
Now my turn. Like I said, I really wasn't into much grunge or that whole West Coast Seattle scene other than the plaid, but I was wearing the plaid before that. But there is one song by Pearl Jam that I quite like, and it was Better Man. And there's something I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now. For a guy that doesn't like, there's something about this song that hits me in some fashion I can't quite put my finger on, but it's very emotional. This song really is a very emotional song for me, so I love the song, Better Man.
It's a good one. And then the final song we have is also another CanCon. And I can't say that I was totally aware of this song back in the 90s. It's maybe a little bit more recent for me in terms of, not that I only learned it recently, but that I came to really enjoy it and really like it a lot more recently, which is Someone Who Is Cool by Odds.
The Odds. Okay, excellent. All right, so who should go first? We're going to both put forward two songs.
I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, so my first song that you don't know, I am determined to have in it, because you did let me have certain songs I wanted in the other decades, but I am determined to have Metallica's Enter Sandman in the 90s. That song has been on my, it never gets skipped. It's sometimes when I'm out on a run, I go, oh, I got to hear it again. Oh, I got to hear it again. And so I will play it over and over to keep me going. And it's a great song for being out on the island to go and, collect coconuts or build a raft to put you on to send you out to sea. All right, so you go with yours.
So my song, I have to let my girl Sheryl Crow, we got to get more women into this list because it's seriously lacking in female voices.
Okay.
And the song I've picked, there's so many songs of hers I could have picked, but the one I'm going to choose for this is A Change Will Do You Good. I just like the guitar in it. And
so we know what we'll have to do before we go too far into the bracket.
Yeah.
At our first break, I'll have to go and listen to it.
You don't know the song?
Don't know the song.
All right.
Okay. So I don't need I'll have to get little slips of paper, otherwise I'm not going to be able to.
I am prepared. Actually, if I were a better associate producer, I'd have given you 2 little blank slips of paper so you could have written yours down.
Yes. All right. So my pick for number 15 is the only CD that I owned in the 90s. And the CD was Dookie by Green Day. And in fact, I think I even have 2 copies of it. And the song is When I Come Around. So that was just so much energy and just like, wow, what is this? What is this sound? There's no guitar solos. It's just loud. It's just in your face. And I love that song.
Okay. I actually don't mind that.
Okay.
It's, better than Enter Sandman.
And you won't have to go and listen to it?
No, I totally know the song. Well, didn't we go see American Idiot, the musical?
Yes.
Yeah, and they would have played it in
No,
there.
they didn't. They didn't.
No,
Oh. They didn't.
Okay. Well, I still know the song. All right, so the final song we're adding to the list is Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
Oh, it's actually not bad. It's really not bad.
Yeah, so you like a song that I picked.
Is that the song where in the video he's walking through and pushing people out of the way?
Yeah. But it's also more famous because of the lawsuit that happened, which is the fact that they ended up having to give credit to Mick Jagger and Keith Richards because they used a sample of an orchestral version of, I think it's the song The Last Time by...
this'll be the last time.
And there was an orchestral version of that song that was done many, many years ago, and the sampling that, all the violin you hear at the beginning, that is a sample of a Rolling Stones song. So there was a big lawsuit, and they had to give credit to Richards and Jagger for that. But then eventually Richards and Jagger gave all the money back to the Verve. They're like, yeah, we're good. We're fine. It was more so like record companies arguing. It wasn't Mick Jagger and Keith Richards who were like wanting to get money for this song. It was more of a record company thing.
Okay,
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. I might have missed a few of the details in there, but that's essentially what the story was around that song.
Okay. So we had to pull a few songs. We had originally agreed on 16 songs. We said, you know what, let's pull 4 out so we can surprise each other with 4. And one of the songs that we pulled out was probably the song of the 90s. It's definitely in the grunge scene, which was Nirvana's "Smells Like Teen Spirit." So I figure, hey, if we can pull Springsteen songs, and we don't have any Dylan, we can definitely not have any Nirvana. All right, so on that note, we'll take a little break. I'm going to hear that song, and then we will come back.
And you're going to write your little slips of paper for the 2 songs you put in.
And then we will we'll start our bracket. All right. We're ready to start our bracket for the 90s Desert Island. So let's just reach into the hat.
Can I just make a comment about your album?
Oh, yeah?
So Leo and I met in January of 1999. So we met in the 90s for the first time. And
you keep going.
I remember Leo he said, oh, I'm in a band. And you guys had stickers, and you had these stickers all over, like on every lamppost and bike rack and mailbox and everything, all through the beaches. And I thought, wow, that's so cool. I know someone who's in a band. I just had to say that.
That's good. That's great. Now the city of Toronto is going to be sending me a bill for all their cleaning up.
So if you see any Lunchbox Social stickers still on things,
All right, you ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
First song is going to be Interstate Love Song going up against
Ahead by a Century.
Oh, jeez. Okay, next one will be Someone Who's Cool going up against...
Better Man.
Okay. Next one. Bittersweet Symphony.
You Ought to Know.
Oh, I'm just going to let you decide.
You let me decide.
One. You choose one.
Right Now by Van Halen.
Okay. Lenny's It Ain't Over Till It's Over going up against...
Lost Together.
Oh, damn. Okay. AC/DC, Thunderstruck.
A Change Will Do You Good.
Okay. And is there one more? No,
There's
two more.
several more.
The Smashing Pumpkins, 1979, going up against...
Champagne Supernova.
Okay.
And the
And
final
last bracket will be Enter Sandman.
against When I Come Around. Your two songs up against each other.
Oh, you're enjoying that too much.
Hey, it's random, man. You saw it pulled out of the hat. Totally random.
Okay, so we're going to write these up, and we'll come back and start our little bracketing.
Start our arguing.
Arguing. Oh, I'm not happy about that. Was there a mistake
This
here?
is the way the bracket bounces, man.
I think
Like
we
that's
should
just
call up
no
to the video
replay.
Video replay in the Toronto, the same place they do the NHL replays.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, we'll be back. All right, we're back. So let's start our bracket. I know I'm gonna have to make the hard decision between Enter Sandman and When I Come Around. But that's I'll leave that for a little bit. Is there any of the brackets you see that's an easy or easy one for you?
An easy or an easy one or a hard one?
Yeah.
I would say Ahead by a Century over Interstate Love Song.
Yep. I'll go with that
pretty
as well.
easy
Yep.
for me.
Okay.
I mean, I like
Yes,
Interstate
yep.
Love Song. I
Yep.
wouldn't be on here if I didn't.
Then I will say Better Man over Someone Who's Cool.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, one that I think probably falls into my bailiwick is Bittersweet Symphony versus You Ought to Know.
Yeah, I'll let you decide.
I'm picking Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Because You Ought to Know is not my favorite Alanis song. So that's why I'm picking Bittersweet Symphony.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, that's fine.
Sorry.
1979 versus Champagne Supernova. I like the groove in 1979. I really like that feel and that sound. I really don't know what the song is about. Not that I really know what Champagne Supernova is about, but I like Champagne Supernova.
So do I. Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
All right.
Let's look at One versus Right Now. Actually, interesting matchup here because both songs are very, I don't want to say they're similar, but they both give big feelings. Like they both are very...
So should we do the 1, 2, 3?
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
1. Oh, I was sure you were going to go with Right Now.
Oh, no, I pick U2
okay.
every day of the week.
Okay.
Almost every U2
Okay.
song I would pick every day of the
Okay.
week. It Ain't Over Till It's Over versus Lost Together. Oh, that's hard.
It's easy for me.
Is it?
Oh, it's super
Is it
easy.
Lost Together?
It's Lost Together.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Lost Together.
Lost Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There were a lot of Lenny songs like "Fly Away." I had to put on the list, and
Are You Gonna Go My Way?
yeah. Are You
It was
Gonna?
one of the
yeah.
few songs that I go, oh, I've seen a video of, and that's a great video.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Again, another song I played too much, and then I got to be sick of it.
Yeah.
But putting it up against Lost Together is all right. That leaves us with Thunderstruck and A Change Will Do You Good.
Yeah. Well, I know you're going to pick Thunderstruck.
Well, okay, and yes, I did listen to it. I don't recognize the song. I at some point go, oh yeah, I think the chorus
Sounded
is
familiar.
but it sounds like a lot of other songs by Sheryl Crow. She does.
I knew this was going to happen. Fine.
It's a limited.
I'll let you go with Thunderstruck
Oh,
because I know that's what you want. So.
okay, I thought you were going to put it more. Oh, you're really happy with the Bittersweet Symphony that you're ready to.
Oh, I'm so happy with Bittersweet Symphony. I am so happy with Bittersweet Symphony.
Okay, how about going to make some cookies then? All right, I
Okay.
thought that. So
So now comes your big
this is really
difficult choice for you.
really, really tough. I have both songs. I mean, it'd be probably the two songs I have of the '90s that I would play over and over. I'm gonna go with the song that I would never ever skip, and I will never ever skip. Enter Sandman.
Oh, see, I'd have picked When I Come Around over Enter Sandman, but
Yeah. So should we should get
Now,
right
well,
to
let's just get
go
right to it.
to the Fabulous Eight?
yeah, make
Okay.
sure we're like,
All right.
I got that. I got one. You got one?
Yep.
Oh,
That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. I just pick another one.
Okay.
I may pick the same one. Who knows?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Better Man.
Versus Ahead by a Century.
Ooh, okay. I think I know
Okay.
which one I want there.
I hope it's Ahead by a Century. All right. Next.
Lost Together.
Oh, this will be our killer.
Will it? What is it?
One.
Oh no! No!
No.
Oh no! Oh no! That's bad.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, can we put them back in?
That'd be like seeing the Leafs and the Habs in round one.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah.
Enter Sandman.
Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Well, no, it's not.
There's
I might have to arm wrestle
there's
you for that.
Under no circumstances is Bittersweet Symphony. Moving on.
Okay.
Okay.
Champagne Supernova.
Up against. Oh, last one.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. Okay.
Oh.
Well, I think we already agreed that Ahead by a Century over
Yeah,
Better
this
Man.
is our this
Yeah.
is our Fabulous Eight.
Yeah.
These are Fabulous, and now we're trying to get down to
our final four. Right.
Yes.
So Ahead by a Century over Better Man.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
okay.
that's the only easy one.
Okay.
Okay. Under no circumstances is Bittersweet Symphony going to.
Okay, so you can't have Thunderstruck over Champagne Supernova if you're going to pick Enter Sandman over Bittersweet Symphony.
Totally give you Champagne Supernova.
Okay.
I would prefer it over Thunderstruck anyway. So that was good.
Okay,
You're
I
not-
actually prefer Bittersweet Symphony to Champagne Supernova, but
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. So that was.
Did you put Thunderstruck in?
I put-
Oh, you put Enter Sandman in
Yeah.
and Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? That
Wait,
should be
no.
right. Is this not right?
No, it's not right.
What
We
did we-
screwed up.
Oh, okay. So. No, that's all right. Enter Sandman. Oh yeah, no Thunderstruck. That's right. Yeah, that's fine. We're good.
3. Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
we got
We're
one
good.
more.
We're good.
Okay.
So this is the
Oops.
one. This is the.
This is the Sophie's Choice.
Lost Together versus One. Now, here's something. You two's done pretty good on our desert island.
They have.
Okay. One has more sad memories for me. Mm-hmm. Lost Together has more happy memories for me. And Lost Together is also Canadian. I'll let you to give me your thoughts.
Lost Together is like, I don't know, it's just such a classic Canadian summer song, and like, I don't know, I never get tired. I never get tired of either
Yeah.
of these songs. I don't know how we choose. Do we put them back in the hat and just pull one?
No, I think we should just go with Lost Together.
You
I
think?
I think we should just go. We're on a freaking desert island.
Okay. And we're we're literally lost together.
We missed out on Help.
Yeah.
We missed out on Light My Fire.
Yeah.
We should definitely at least go with Lost Together.
Yeah, okay, we'll go
Okay?
lost together. Oh, that is hard though. That is.
It's a. I'm just pulling them out one more time because that is a great final four.
Yeah.
Lost Together.
Yeah.
Champagne Supernova.
Yeah.
Enter Sandman. Ahead by Century. We got 2 Canadian songs in there
Yeah.
for the final four of the '90s.
Yeah.
That's not bad. But now
Okay.
this next one's going to be really tough. Oh, I just hope it's not I hope the 2 Canucks don't go together. All right, we have Ahead by a Century.
Champagne Supernova
Okay, and then therefore we have Lost Together.
versus Enter Sandman.
Wow.
Well, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's Lost Together over Enter Sandman because I don't really. I mean, it's fine, but it was your
Okay.
throw-in song. I didn't even have to agree
I won't
to it.
agree to it yet until you tell me what you think of Ahead by Century versus Champagne Supernova. We can zoom in now.
We can zoom in. See the tears falling from my eyes, having to decide between Ahead by a Century and Champagne Supernova.
I kind of think should be Ahead by a Century. We have the two Canadian songs
Yeah,
going
you know
head-to-head.
what? I guess I can go with that. Ahead by a Century over Champagne Supernova.
You know how much
sometimes
those two brothers are
yeah,
real.
and they're because we don't want to be fighting like those two brothers on
Yes.
the island. And sometimes what's his face Gallagher's voice can be a little
Yeah.
bit annoying.
Okay, I'm fine with Enter Sandman getting to the final four.
Okay.
So yeah, I can
They're both
I can live with
So
Ahead by a Century versus
Lost Together. Which is like how do you choose? It's
Yeah.
like, choosing between two iconic Canadian bands.
Yeah, it's funny that they ended up coming head to head. I'm gonna stick with Lost Together. There's just it's really, really close. So if you can talk me out of it, but my memories of Lost Together and I have good memories of them both. So
I'll also say
Help.
I'll also say Lost Together, and the reason I choose Lost Together is that I was just more into Blue Rodeo than I was into Tragically Hip. So that's why I'm choosing Lost Together. I just wasn't. I don't know.
Yes.
While I was
Okay,
listening to
what?
Sheryl Crow and Jan Arden and Sarah McLachlan and all of those songs, I wasn't really listening to Tragically Hip. It just wasn't like I listened to it, but not the same that I listened to Blue Rodeo. So
okay,
that's why I'm choosing Lost Together.
in the hopes that we do what do we call the 2000 the aughts?
The aughts.
In case should we do a 2000 to 2010?
Yeah.
If we do one, there is a great Tragically Hip song that I would want in there, and it's not even my favorite Tragically Hip song is a different song.
Okay.
So whereas my favorite Blue Rodeo song is
Lost Together.
Well, it is my podcast, so I guess I get the final word, right?
Yes.
Lost Together.
Lost Together.
All right. So our 1990s Desert Island favorite song bracket winner is Blue Rodeo's
Lost Together.
And I think that's.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? You
Yeah.
tell us what you think of our bracket, and if you
We'll
were
put-
good with this.
I will put all the links in the comments section, Spotify playlist, YouTube music playlist, and to each of the songs individually of the top 16. And that's what associate producers do.
Yeah, and we will also next up our next pod is going to be we're going to take the top 4 of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and let them all go head to head.
Bracket those, random
bracket those, and see what our favorite song of the last of those 4 decades.
Okay.
All right. So see you again, and bye.
Bye.